Apologetics and evangelism are two words that are often misrepresented, misunderstood, and often viewed with suspicion, both inside the church and outside of Christian circles as well. Apologetics comes from the Greek word apologia, and it simply means to give a defense. So if you were brought up before a court on charges, you would, as the defendant, stand and give your defense. You would give your apologia. You would present your case. And so within the Christian context, the apologia is to present the gospel of Jesus Christ and to defend that same gospel. It's all about telling people what we believe about Jesus, why we believe what we believe about Jesus, and why it is reasonable to believe what we believe about Jesus. Evangelism, on the other hand, tends to conjure up images of being Bible bashed in the street by some stranger, or within the church. It tends to create a great deal of anxiety because of certain models of evangelism that have been embraced by the church in the past, or a certain pressure to do evangelism that people feel. Evangelism simply means to share good news. That's it. It means to share good news. But if we're going to share good news for others, we've got to know that it's good news for us first. And that means we've got to understand what that good news is. We've got to understand why it is good news and experience it as good news in our own lives first. Out of that, naturally, we will want to share that good news with other people because we want them to experience the same good news, touch their lives that we have as it has touched ours. So apologetics is to tell people what we believe about Jesus. It is to tell people why we believe what we believe about Jesus, and to tell them why it is reasonable to believe what we believe about Jesus. Where evangelism is about offering people the opportunity. It's about sharing with them the reasons why we think they too should consider believing what we believe about Jesus. For us at Thinking Faith Ministries, evangelism and apologetics, they go hand in hand. They are tools that we use. They are one and the same thing, essentially. They can't be separated. And so within the Christian context, we want to equip believers with the ability to do evangelism and apologetics for themselves. Not because they have to or are forced to, not sticking to some model or another model, but out of their own deep understanding of the faith that we profess, and out of their passion for the Lord Jesus, and out of their love that they've experienced in the gospel, they will naturally want to share that with others. So whether we do that at a Sunday preach within your church, in a small group session within your church, at an event that your church is running over a number of days, or a conference, a seminar with a number of churches, we are committed to doing that. We also want to defend the gospel in the public square, so whether that's at universities, open forum lectures, or seminar settings, or whatever another setting may be, we're committed to defending that same gospel as well. The unique aspect of Thinking Faith is that we're not simply about the speaking and the teaching and the preaching, although we have a great significance on those. We put a great weight on those. We also have an artistic arm, a creative arm to our ministry. And so we can also talk on issues of faith and the arts and the intersection thereof. We can also present work that we have created. And we can do that separately as a standalone event, or we can do that in tandem with speaking engagements. If this sounds like something that you would like for your event, either our speaking ministry or our arts ministry, or some combination of both, do contact us on bookings@thinkingfaith.co.nz.